Assalamu alaikum dear students. Let us continue with the topic mechanical properties of fluid. So far we have studied about the formation of drop due to the surface tension of a liquid. Now let's study another concept which is very important called as capillary action. You might have seen whenever straw is dipped inside a coconut water, the level of a liquid inside a straw rises a little bit. What does it mean? Why the liquid level rises inside a straw? Similarly, you might have seen a capillary tube while performing chemistry practicals. Capillary tube is a very fine tube made up of glass having a diameter nearly approximately it is equal to 1 mm. So it is a glass tube having very fine bore, very fine bore, approximately equals to 1 mm. Whenever such a capillary tube is dipped, here we have taken this capillary tube, whenever it is dipped inside a liquid, the level of a liquid either rises or it may falls. It depends on the category or a type of a liquid that we have taken. So it is a common phenomena. Whenever we dip, we all know that there are two types of a liquid. One is a liquid which completely wet the solid, and second is a liquid which does not wet the solid. So here we will take both the example. What will happen when such a capillary tube dip inside a liquid which completely wet the solid? Here we have taken the example. Whenever a capillary tube dip inside a liquid which completely wet the solid, the level of a liquid inside the capillary tube rises. So as you can see the liquid level outside the capillary tube. These are the liquid level outside the capillary tube. So the level of a liquid inside the capillary rises. And whenever such a capillary tube dipped inside a liquid which does not wet the solid, for example mercury, whenever a capillary tube dip inside a mercury, level of a liquid inside a capillary tube falls. So this rise and fall of a liquid level inside a capillary tube is called as capillarity or capillary action. You might have seen various examples of capillary action. You might have seen oil lamp. Oil rises to the wick of a lamp due to the capillary action. Similarly, whenever any type of water or whenever water is poured on the floor, you will see that the water will first reaches to the lining of the floor instead of spreading over the surface of the floor. Why does it happen? Because of the capillary rise, the water level goes on rising inside the lining of the floor. Then similarly you might have studied about in bio xylem and phloem. These are the two conducting tissues which their function is to provide food sap to the leaves, from the root to the leaf. They are the conducting tissue which conduct the food sap from the root to the leaves. Here also rise of a liquid or rise up of a food sap is because of the capillary action inside this conducting tissues called xylem and phloem. Similarly, cloth rag soaks water. It sucks water, you can say. So these are the few examples. Ink rises to the nib of the pen because of the capillary action. So this phenomena is called as capillarity. So here we can define the capillarity. The phenomena of rise and fall of a liquid level inside a capillary tube is called as capillarity. What is the condition over here? That the capillary tube should be dipped inside a liquid. So whenever a capillary tube dipped inside a liquid, the level of a liquid may rises or may fall. If you dip a capillary tube inside a liquid which completely wet the solid, then liquid level will rise. If you dip a capillary tube inside a liquid which does not wet the solid, the level of a liquid inside the capillary falls. So this rise and fall of a liquid level is called as capillarity. The reason of this rise and fall of a liquid level inside a capillary tube is not known to us, but we can search the reason why the liquid level rises and why the liquid level falls. So let us see the first category over here, capillary fall. Means here what we will do, we will take one capillary tube and we will dip it inside a liquid which does not wet the solid. So you can say that this is a liquid, this is mercury. So whenever a capillary tube is dipped inside a mercury, let's see what happened. What is a difference of a pressure over here? Let's see it. So this is a liquid which does not wet the solid. So what are the property of such a liquid? Here we will know that the liquid meniscus, liquid surface, you can say, the liquid surface of this type of a liquid is always convex. So convex meniscus you are going to get, and this is a liquid which does not wet the solid. Similarly, before going into the detail, you all should know what is the formula of pressure of a liquid column. Formula of a pressure of a liquid column is given by this, we have studied, it is H rho G. So if I want to increase the see the three quantities involved over here. H is the height of a liquid column, rho is the density of a liquid, and G is a gravitational acceleration. So pressure of a liquid column exactly depends on these three things. Out of these three things, gravitational acceleration of that place is constant. Density of a liquid will also be constant. The only variable over here is H. So if I increase the amount of H, ultimately pressure will increase. If I decrease the amount of H, pressure will get decreased. So in order to increase the pressure, the column of the liquid level should be will have to increase the height of a liquid level. In order to decrease the pressure, we will have to decrease the height of a liquid column. This first thing you should keep it in mind before going into the detail of the reason why the liquid level rises or why the liquid level falls. That we all know, whenever height of a liquid column increases, pressure increases. Whenever height of a liquid column decreases, pressure decreases. Second thing, in the last lecture we have studied pressure above and below the convex plane surface of a liquid, on the concave surface or on the convex surface. We all know that pressure above and below the flat surface of a liquid are exactly equal. Pressure above the concave surface is always greater than the pressure below it. Means if the liquid surface is concave, then any point which is above the concave surface will be at a higher pressure as compared to the point which is at the lower point of the concave surface. Third one is convex surface. Pressure above the convex surface is smaller than the pressure below it. Or when you observe this surface from the below from lower position, this surface will also appear concave to you. So when you can easily remember this thing, that pressure above the concave surface is always greater than the pressure below it. So these are the things that we should keep it in mind before studying it. So these are the two things. That first one is pressure above the concave surface is always greater than the pressure below it. Second thing, if I want to increase the pressure, I'll have to increase the height of a liquid column. If I want to decrease the pressure, I will have to decrease the height of a liquid column. Now let's see, one capillary tube is dipped inside a liquid which does not wet the solid. This is a liquid which does not wet the solid. Then you all know what type of a liquid meniscus will be formed over here. The liquid meniscus will be convex. So here we have assumed the situation. Suppose the liquid level, here we have assumed the situation that the liquid level is yet not risen or yet not fallen. So here what we will do? So we have assumed the situation when the liquid level is not fallen inside a capillary tube. First we will give the reason, then we will say that whether the liquid level is going to rise or whether it is going to fall. So here we have considered four distinct points: point A, point B, point C and point D. Remember that the 2 points we have taken over here, A and B, they are inside a capillary tube. C and D, they are outside the capillary tube inside a container in which the liquid is placed. Now, so let PA, PB, PC and PD are their respective pressure of these points A, B, C and D. What is the speciality of this point? Point A, as you can see that point A is inside a capillary tube and it is above the convex meniscus of a mercury. Point B is below the convex meniscus of a mercury. Point C is above the mercury and point D is below the mercury, which is there outside a capillary tube. So what do you say about the pressure of this point? As you can say, that's point A and point C, they are in air only. What type of pressure will be acting on these 2 points? Pressure at point A will be exactly equal to pressure at point C, and you can say that these are the atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure with these we are having PA is equal to PC. Now next thing is, see the point C and point D. Point C and point D, they are above and below the free surface of a mercury. This is the free surface of a mercury which is in contact with air only. So point C is above the free surface, point D is below the free surface of a liquid. So we all know that free surface, you can say it is a plane surface of a mercury. So pressure at point C is exactly equal to the pressure at point D, because these 2 points are above and below the plane surface of a mercury. Similarly, point B and point A. Point A is above the convex surface and point B is below the convex surface. So what is a relation between them? I can say that pressure at point A is less than the pressure at point B, or vice versa. Pressure at point B is greater than the pressure at point A. Why? Because point A is above the convex surface and point B is below the convex surface. We all know that pressure above the convex surface is always smaller than the pressure below it. So here we are having 3 equations, 1, 2 and 3. We all know that PA, see this equation, PA is less than PB. I can write it at the point from equation 1, PA is equal to PC. So I can write this equation as PC is less than PB. Then after comparing this equation with equation 2, we all know that PC is equal to PD. So I can write one more equation about it, that is PC will be replaced by PD. So this equation will become PD is less than PB. Pressure at point D is less than pressure at point B. But point D and B, these 2 points are the same molecule of a liquid. They are the molecule of a same liquid. How can they have a different pressure? So point B will have to come to the level of point D so that their pressure will be balanced. So in order to come in equilibrium with the point D, point B is going to move in a downward direction, because as the height of a liquid column inside a capillary tube decreases, pressure decreases. So in order to equalize both the pressure, point B has to reduce its pressure till it comes in equilibrium with point D. So in this way, liquid column inside a capillary, this point, when this point is shifted in a downward direction, height of a liquid column decreases, pressure decreases. It goes on decreasing till the pressure at point B become exactly equal to the pressure at point D, as these 2 points are of a same liquid. So that is why in such a case liquid level will fall. So in order to come in equilibrium with point D. So this is the reason why the liquid level, see in the second diagram you can see that the liquid level will fall, still the pressure at point B will be exactly equal to the pressure at point D. So this is the reason why the liquid level fall inside a capillary whenever it is dipped in a liquid which does not wet the solid. Now let's go for the another one, capillary rise, why the liquid level rises. So here we will take a liquid which completely wet the solid or which partially wet the solid. You can take the example of kerosene or you can take the example of water as well. So here we have taken one capillary tube, it is dipped inside such type of a liquid which either it completely wet the solid or it does not, it partially wet the solid. Again we have taken 4 points and we have assumed the same situation, that the liquid level is yet not rises inside a capillary tube. Before we have taken the condition before the rise of a liquid level. We all know that the liquid level is going to rise over here, but let us assume the situation when the liquid level is not rises. So 4 points we have taken, A, B, C and D. A is above the, and one more thing, here the liquid meniscus will be concave. Liquid meniscus will be concave over here. Point A is in air, point B is below the liquid surface. You can say point A is above the concave surface of a liquid, point B is below the concave surface of a liquid, point C is above the plane surface of a liquid, point D is below the plane surface of a liquid. So again we are going to get the same equation. We can write the same equation for these points also. Pressure at point A is equal to pressure at point C. This is the very first equation, atmospheric pressure. Second equation that we can write is pressure at point C is equal to pressure at point D. Both are above and below the free surface or a plane surface of a liquid. Third equation that we can write, that pressure at point A and pressure at point B. Point A is above the concave surface of a liquid, so it will be at a higher pressure as compared to point B. So we can say that pressure at point A is greater than pressure at point B. Now again by comparing it with the equation 1, we can write it as PC is greater than PB. Then after comparing it this with equation 2, PC is equal to PD. So here what we will get, PD is greater than PB. Now this time what will happen? Pressure at point D comes out to be greater than the pressure at point B. Means point B is at a higher pressure as compared to the point D. So the point B will try to nullify it, will try to equalize its pressure as compared to the point D. Point D is at a higher pressure and point B is at a lower pressure. So in order to increase the pressure of point B, the liquid column will rise inside a capillary, as we all know that as height increases, pressure increases. So it will go on rising inside a capillary tube till its pressure become exactly equal to the pressure at point D. So that is why the liquid level rises in the capillary tube. So this is the reason why the liquid level rises and why the liquid level falls. In the next lecture, we are going to study how to measure the rise or fall of a liquid level. So hope you'll have understood the topic. Thank you.